Mandy, and Johan. And Jackie, I'll just get you to mute and turn your video off. So as I mentioned, we are running this panel with 4 judges because we have unfortunately had two judges pull out, or not, I didn't say pull out as such, but they were, are not well, so for health reasons are not able to join us today. So let's have the first entry. So this is entry number 70754. And there is no title. Can we have the first image, please, Michael? There is no title. And we have a score of 70. Solid professional practice. And I'm going to call on Johan. Would you like to make a comment on this entry?
Yeah, okay. So I found the story. I really like the chaos of the surroundings, and then you bring into the image in the center. But I did feel that the image in the center wasn't quite resolved enough, wasn't strong enough to actually hold the chaos together. So it became quite confusing.
Okay, thank you very much. Can we have the next image, please, or I should say entry, please? And this is entry number 3084. The title of this entry is Isolation 2020. The caption reads, "The waves of emotion the world feels in 2020. Single capture." So with this category, we have allowed a little bit extra time for each entry because the judges are looking at additional supporting files with majority of the entries. So just bear with us if we do take a little bit longer as we go through the judging process. Just get your score, please, Mandy.
I did. It's showing that it registered on mine. I can enter it again.
Just hold fire. Just hold fire. I will. Yep, we've got it. Thank you. Now, just can we have a blank screen, please? Okay, so we are having some technical issues with the Zoom and the YouTube connection. So we are going to go through the run through again, and then we'll come back to completing this image. Okay, welcome to the expressive category. We had a little bit of a technical error there, so I'm just going to go through all the introductions again, and then we will pick up with where we left off with entry number 2. So, expressive category, we're really excited about this category. It's the first time we have run this. It was meant to be run as a, I guess, a hard copy, those tactile, in-your-face things that we can actually touch and feel. However, our entrants have been really, I guess, turning the tables and enabling us to do this digitally through creating additional support files with their entries that allow judges to get a much more in-depth look at their entries. The category includes books, so all our judges have received all of the entries prior to this session and been able to go through these in their own time. And they will be scoring these entries for the first time today. So we have a panel, actually I should say we want to thank our sponsor Memento Pro, and a big shout out to Libby, Jeff and the team based in Australia. They have an office here in New Zealand run by Jackie Lentil, and they are huge supporters of the NZIPP and the photography industry as a whole. They make absolutely beautiful books and albums for wedding portrait photographers and anyone that's wanting to do self-publishing. So please go and check them out. Have a look at their website. They do have a dedicated New Zealand website as well as an Australian website, and get on there and see what they have to offer you. So the descriptor of this category is an expressive and freestyle photographic category that celebrates entries created for self-promotion, personal experimentation and or exhibition. Entries may include historical or more traditional photographic techniques, such as film-based processes, cyanotypes, glass plates, tintypes, Polaroids and collage, as well as in contemporary techniques that bring something new to the photographic genre. This category is all about exploration of imagination. We are running the session as a panel of 4. We have, unfortunately, 2 judges have had to pull out for health reasons. So we will be running each entry will be judged by a panel of 4 judges instead of the normal 5. What I'm going to do now is get each of the judges to introduce yourselves, and then we'll get underway with the judging. Johan.
Hi, I'm Johan. I'm from Christchurch, New Zealand, and it's a sunny day here, and I'm really looking forward to this. Is this the last category, Kay?
No, we've got one more category after this. Okay. Landscape open
my
this
last
afternoon.
category to judge, and I'm really, what a way to go out. Beautiful, colourful, crazy, imaginative, wild renditions of images. I'm very excited at this.
Awesome, thank you. Rachel.
Hi, I'm Rachel Smith. I'm based in Palmerston North. I'm a Master of NZIPP with 1 bar, and I'm also studying contemporary art. So this category is really exciting to me, and I can't wait to look at everyone's work.
Awesome, thank you. Jackie.
I'm Jackie Rankin from Twizel, Grand Master of the NZIPP and the AIPP. I've published some books on my own and self-published with Mike Langford, creative field guides and things like that. So this is, I exhibit and show artwork. So this is a great inspirational category to have going. Thank you.
Richard. Oops, are we still on?
Hi, I'm Richard Wood. Can you able to hear me this time?
Yep, perfect.
You can hear me okay?
Sorry,
Yeah.
I couldn't hear.
Yep, good. Yeah, I'm a photographer here in Hawke's Bay, an educator all round, and Grandmaster of the NZIPP. Very much looking forward to judging this category that allows us to all sort of step even further outside of the box, which is really cool.
Thank you. Mandy.
Hi, my name is Mandy Lynn. I'm a master photographer with 4 bars. I'm based out of Wellington, and I am just so excited that this category has come to life. It opens the playing field for photographers to take their image out into the outer realms of their creativity. And I can't wait to see what comes of it. So yay, looking forward to it.
Awesome. Thank you, judges. So on the panel, the judge current panel, we have Richard Wood, Rachel Smith, Mandy Lynn, and Johan. So Jackie, if you can just mute yourself. So the live stream, the YouTube live streaming has already shown entry number 1 being judged. That was that received a score of 70, professional standard. We are now going to continue with entry number 2. So that is entry number 0754 for the judges. And the title, the title of that was Isolation 2020. And the caption read, "The waves of emotion the world feels in 2020." Single capture. And
Okay, I think
yep,
that's 3084. Just
Yep.
that is the correct one. 3084.
Yeah.
Did I say it's something different?
you read out the one before. That's okay. I
Oh,
just
no,
want to make
yeah.
sure
I have read out both entries. Yeah. Okay, so let's get into it. So entry number 3084. And we have a score of 70. However, we have 2 challenges there, and you both on Rachel, I'm going to come to you for the challenge.
Excellent. Okay. I think that the caption "Waves of Emotion" it says a lot to this image, but I also think that the whole meaning of this category is an exploration of imagination. This really brings that home to me. It's telling me of oppression, sorrow, tears. I can see a face in there. It's really emotive for me. I'm sitting on 82, which is a silver, and I think that it's well deserving of an award like that.
Awesome, thank you. And I'm going to come to Johan for a comment.
Great. I gave it 76. I'd be happy to even go up a little bit higher, only because I saw the cat. This face, the face that people can see in this, it's sad, it's blue. There's a darkness around the image that even adds to the weight of this. It's a confusing image, just like people's response to this whole pandemic thing. But it's quite, if you rest in there long enough, you can find all sorts of little gems. And I really like it. I gave it a 76, and I'd be happy to come up with you, Rachel, actually.
Okay, is anyone, you wanting to have a comment, Mandy?
I was there too. There are just so many layers of this, and the fact that it was done in a single capture, I'm just completely intrigued. I want to know whether those highlights were added separately or whether that was it was just well seen, and it's beautiful and haunting, and therefore I think it does deserve an award for that emotional response.
Awesome. Judges, I'm going to get you to rescore, please. It is currently sitting on 70. So we haven't.
Somebody rejudged in the initial score category because the average went up.
Oh, that's me. Oh,
That's.
Oh, that was me. Sorry.
And hang on. Can we have a blank screen, please, Mike? And is it possible to mute the So just to reiterate, for this entry, we have a score of 79 was the initial score, and there was a challenge. And you have re-entered your scores. And we have a score of 81, Silver Award. It's not So congratulations to that photographer, a Silver Award, 81. And can we have the next image or entry, please? And the entry number is 0616. There is no title. Johan, just waiting on your score to come through.
Sorry, I was just finding it.
trying to decide.
Yeah, there we go.
And we have a score of 76, Bronze Award. And we will come to Richard for a comment, please.
Yeah, look, I actually quite enjoyed the sort of double up of everything, or sometimes it almost looks like a triple up of this insect. It shows me a bit of sort of frantic trackness, almost imagine it under a piece of paper or something like that. It's just, and I rewarded it for that little narrative there.
Fantastic, thank you very much. Can we have the next entry, please? And I call them entries because they're not just images. They are all sorts, as you'll see when we go through. So this entry number is 2168. The caption reads, mixed media, photo, wax, ink on board. And we have a score of 78, a Bronze Award. And I'm going to call on Johan for a comment, please.
I think this is one of those items that would have been much better to not handle, but to see in its physical presence, because I get a sense that there's a physical texture on this piece. But judging what I can see, I feel that it just gets a little bit heavy over in the right-hand corner, and it sort of brings me down a little bit. I still gave it a bronze though.
Awesome, thank you very much. Yeah, and bronze are to be celebrated. Can we please have the next entry? And this is entry number 1301. The title is Kintsugi. Kintsugi. Kintsugi is the Japanese art of repairing broken pottery with liquid gold, which results in a final product that's stronger and more valuable than the original piece. self-portrait, mixed media, photography, and wax. And we have a score of 67. And I'm going to call on Rachel. Would you have a, oh, Mandy, you have a comment for this entrant. Yep, take it away.
Yes, I do. I love the concept. There just is too much of a disconnect between the art that you had on top and the edge below. And this is meant to be filling in the gap. This just looks like layered over the top. I think that's great. I'd love for you to explore more with trying a way to integrate two together better.
Mandy,
And that could be with shadowing too.
Mandy, can I hear? You can hear me, can't you?
Yes.
I'm going to get you to turn your video off and talk.
Yes,
The only reason
yes.
it might actually help the, yeah. So if you can maybe repeat some of that, those comments.
Yeah. Okay.
The internet is not our favorite today. All sorts of technical issues.
Can you hear me? No. Okay. Never really is with me. Anyway, can you hear me now? Is that clear?
Yes, that's much better.
Okay, brilliant. So I really love the concept that's behind this, but what's lacking is the integration of the art with the imagery. So if there was a way that you could rethink how you would take this and integrate it deeper. So it just feels like a film and it's sitting over the top, whereas when the concept is that you are broken and you are filled in. So take that to the next level and really think about, how do I make this feel like these gold sections are actually part of that photograph?
Oh, thank you. I'm sure the photographer has enjoyed that feedback. Can we have the next entry, please? This is entry number 2433, and the image title is Stop Bank Silhouette. This entirely digital work is presented to simulate a matte board mounted print. The mounting makes and completes the picture. And we have a bronze award at 75. We have a challenge from Johan. Johan, you are on 87.
I'm on fire. I quite like the title, the bit that include the stop bank, because it just made me think in a way of a Banksy sort of image. I like a lot, I love the inclusion of the little bits of grass along the bottom. I like the strong graphic nature of this image. I imagine this is a large piece of pop art on a very big wall. It's very strong. It's so simple that it's easy to dismiss. I like the raggediness of the edging. I find that just gives it a certain reality, the edging around the person. And the fact that you can't see their hands, it just makes it even stronger because it turns into more of a symbol. And the fact that they're walking right to left is super strong because you'd expect them to be walking the other way. Yeah, I just really think this is a very strong image, easily overlooked. So don't overlook it. See what you can do.
Awesome, and I'm going to come to Mandy, who is on 67.
Oh God. Apparently I overlooked it, Johan. Oh, it already stinks to be in the bottom. Right. I did not see those things and I'm listening. I guess we'll just leave it there.
Okay, can I come to Rachel? You're in the middle, yep.
Yep, I was on 77. And I really like all of the things that Johannes has talked about with the graphic nature, and the silhouette, the triangle, the placement, the direction of the subject. From what I can see, I don't get the connection to a stop bank. The only thing that connects me to it are the tufts of grass along there. So that connection I struggle with a little bit. And the stride seems a little bit awkward, but I do really enjoy it, and I can come up.
Awesome, thank you. And I'm going to come back to Johan for right of reply.
Sorry, the stop back connection was very, very, very loose. The fact that it had the word bank in it, and then I was thinking Banksy, you know, that's it. That's as far as that went. That it's on a stop bank lets you see up higher. Sometimes titles can be more confusing than they are informative. This guy, hands in pocket, walking along. There's a sort of a very much a sort of a strong weightiness to the way he's walking. It's just quite a powerful. It's almost like a full stop. So yeah, I've given it a silver. I mean, it looks like a gold. You look at those colours, but I'm happy for it to have a high silver.
Awesome. So judges rescore. Currently it is sitting on 75. Johan is looking for silver.
With distinction.
And we have gone to silver at 80. Congratulations to the photographer. And well done, good conversation there. Can we please have the next entry? So this is entry number 1162. And this one is a book. So we will now go through and look. The audience will have the opportunity to look through pages of the book as presented to the judges. The title of the book is Catnip, A Cat in the Family. A photographic book exploring the individuality of over 80 beautiful cats, the connection they have with their humans, and how they fit into their lives, or into our lives, I should say. Thank you. So judges, can I get you to score the book now? And we have a score of 82, Silver Award. And I'm going to call on Rachel. Would you have a comment to make about this book?
Yep, for sure. Just check my notes here, but I found the whole book really consistent and really interesting. I really enjoyed the quotes from the families, offered really good insight into the character of and personality of the cats, which from the introduction really seemed to be a major point of the book. And there are a couple of favourites in there, like Detective Munch and Piccolo, who I thought were great little characters. So I really enjoyed it. It was great.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Can we have the next entry, please? So this is entry number 2173. And the caption reads, mixed media, photo, wax, ink on board. And we have a score of 84. And I know some of the judges, a couple of the judges were on silver distinction, but unfortunately, not being 4 points away from the announced score, they are not able to challenge. So congratulations to the photographer. 84, very, very solid silver award. Can we have the next entry, please?
Comment.
Oh, sorry, my apologies. Reverse, yep. Can I get a comment from Richard?
Yeah, look, I really enjoyed this. I think it's got a nice little patina to it, and those
Might need to get you to turn your video off too,
on
Richard.
the surface
I think you're
reminded me of dragonflies, which kind.
little delays with the videos.
Sorry.
Going. Yep, that's right.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this, and the leaves made me think of sort of dragonflies, which gave a remnants of the past. You know, the ghosts of the activity from that image is seen as it may have once been. It just so much narrative in it, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. So congratulations to the photographer.
Awesome. Thank you so much for those comments. Can we have the next entry, please? And this is entry number 2464, and there is no title or caption. And we have a score of 76, Bronze Award. And we are going to have a, isn't she? Are we challenging?
Yeah, I am. I just had to make sure that I was enough away.
You are, Rachel, go for it.
Okay, so I gave this an 83, it's silver. I would have liked a title or caption to give me an indication of the construction of the image or the final artwork. But I'm really enjoying that sort of Rorschach ink spot treatment, but it's also got a predatory feel. I don't know if it's a little bit of a wolf or there's a sort of a robocopy thing going on there in the very top. But I found it really fascinating, and the more I sit with it, the more I enjoy it. I think it's got silver potential, so 83.
Awesome, guys. I'm going to come to Richard on 70.
Yeah, look, Rachel, I can appreciate the shapes that we can pull out of this. You know, I can see a wolf as well. Sometimes, I can see I'm sort of looking down. I can see a monitor lizard type thing. It reminds me of the flashcards that might be used by a psychologist. So, and I think for that reason, everyone's going to pull out a different story. But for me, it wasn't. It's something very much seen before or exists, and I wanted a bit more. So if I'm still listening.
And Johan, are you wanting to comment?
I'm pretty much the same as Richard. Sorry. So.
Okay, no, that's all good. Rachel, in that case, we'll come back to you.
I think the something more comes from what we can get out of it and spending time with it, really. And I can understand that you sort of said that you've seen this type of thing before, probably because of that correlation with those ink blot Rorschach tests. But I do think it's really nicely done. I enjoy the tones and the concept, and worth more.
Awesome, thank you. Judges, I'm going to get you to rescore, please. And we have a score of 77, solid bronze award. So it did move 1 point, and that 1 point makes all the difference when it comes to distinctions and finalists. And we will have the next entry, which is entry number 2378. So judges, this is a book. I'll read the title. Kapiti, A Portrait Through Food. A photographic journey from Paikokoriki to Otaki, visiting local foodies who serve and produce food for us, sharing their story and a recipe. So you can enter your scores, and then we can start any potential discussion as the book is being viewed by the audience. And we have a score of 82. And Rachel, you are going to challenge. Yeah, go for it.
I have clicked no on because I have seen this book before, but I don't know the photographer, so just a little disclaimer there, or the author, I guess. I found the imagery really strong, and the use of recipes and the personal touch of the portraits and the sense of place within the book all really worked well for me. And I've scored it 88, a silver distinction.
Awesome. You have a couple of people close by, but I'm going to come to Richard first off on 73.
Yeah, hey, look, 73, I thought this was a good professional standard in terms of a book, and that's why I've scored it at 73. Just a couple of things that I was worried about. I wasn't sure about the choice of the cover image. I found it sort of...
Oops, we keep losing you there, Richard.
Those brighter... In terms of those brighter elements, such as the lemons behind the title image there, and those diagonal lines that kind of came up the front. And just one other thing, there's quite a number of images in the book that almost seem like they've been shot landscape, but have then been cropped to fit into a portrait situation. You know, they've been forced into that scenario. So, I was quite happy with a strong professional standard. But listening.
Awesome. And any other judge wishing to comment? We have both other judges on the silver range. We happy to go back to you, Rachel?
Maybe I'm just hungry. I don't have a problem with the cropping or anything like that. I think that because we're viewing this in a PDF format, it's potentially harder to get the same flow as we would have from the actual physical book. So I can see where you're coming with regards to that comment, but I still think that it is really well put together, and I mean it's doing all the things it's supposed to do for me. I want to go to these places, I want to taste the food, I want to try cooking it in my own home. So I think that's really successful.
Thank you very much.
Still D.
So it's currently sitting on 82. I'll get all judges to rescore, please. And we have a score of 83, so it has moved again, one more point. And that point may make all the difference in terms of determining the finalists. And we are going to have a judge change. I'm going to bring Jackie in. Richard, you can take a little break. And can we have the next entry, please? So this is entry number 1713. And this is a book. And the title of the book is Through Which Our Souls Play Their Music. Caption reads, this book, 2019, explores through photography the creative lives of 8 Wellington artists and musicians. Inspired by an Einstein quote, I posed my subjects questions to which they all responded differently. There is a studio photo of each, a creative portrait in camera, and environmental shots of each artist in action. So you can enter your scores, judges, if you wish to now, and we will start any discussion while the audience is viewing through the book. And we have a score of, we have a score of 80, Silver Award. Are we happy with that?
I'd like to, I don't know that I'll be able to get it to a silver distinction, but can I just talk about how much I loved it?
Are you wanting to challenge, Mandy? You're welcome.
Yes, I'd love to challenge. I don't know if I'll be able to pull it.
But that's not an issue. You just challenge and you do what you can for the entry.
Oh my gosh, this opening image is just haunting beyond belief. So beautiful. And there were so many through there that just, you could feel the soul of the artist. The copy that went along with the book was absolutely beautiful to read. And you just really felt like you were dipping into deeply into the world of the artist, about the things that really mattered to their soul. It was so beautifully handled. For me, this was a silver distinction just because I didn't want to stop reading the book. I was like, more, give me more. I want more artists. So for that level, I definitely wanted to take it to silver distinction. I couldn't take it to gold because I felt that there was a variation in the quality of the images. Some of them were definitely, right up there. And then other ones were not quite as strong. But the whole flow of it, oh my goodness, such beautiful work. Yes.
Thank you. Jackie, I'm going to come to you. You're on 77.
Yeah, part of the reasons for that was the cover was quite out of balance with the text going right to the edge of the page on the right. And there was the text is quite difficult to read at the bottom on the photography by. It's got a busy sort of spot, so I'm thinking that the cover wasn't perhaps a good choice. As I went through, there was no index or numbers on the pages to be able to navigate through the book and to be able to find out where you left off and come back to. And I think for a book like this, I'd expect that to be able to make reference to people. there's quite a lot of repetition of images right at the back of the book. Why were those images there again? And they were the same images with, you know, reiterating what had been in the book. So I was thinking that a bit less would have been more in this case. I scored at 77 because of those inconsistencies, but you know, just putting a book together is such a great thing, and some great images and the words, but I was looking at the whole package.
Awesome, thank you. And we will go back to Mandy. Oh no, Johan would like a word.
I was just gonna, I really liked the book. I thought the idea was great. I did feel the studio portraits did end up with being quite static, and that the sense of musician soul wasn't coming through as much as I would for a book about soul. This is the situation where the photographer had complete control, and it would have been great if there'd been more strength or more spirit coming out of those images. But Mandy, if you can talk to me about those, and maybe I can come up.
So Mandy, back to you for right of reply.
Right. Well, it's a huge book. So, so to speak to each of the images, I hear what you're saying. They were, there wasn't the energy flowing through them. I concede to that, Johan. But it was I think it was for me, the combination of the words and the imagery that just was so beautiful to have that combination and to get that insight into these artists. So, yep, I say let's just rescore it.
Awesome, judges. Can I get you to rescore? Currently sitting on 80 silver award. Mandy is asking for a
Just
silver
don't
with
drop
distinction.
it below. Do not drop it. Thank you.
And we have a score of 80 silver award, so it stays where it is. But good conversation, and I'm sure the photographer can benefit from those comments. Can we have the next entry, please? This is 2119, entry number 2119, a book of disputes. Artists were invited to produce artworks from decommissioned library books. I converted a law book outlining both perspectives of a court case into a doubled. Sorry. Sometimes people need to maybe look at their grammar when they actually write and spelling. So I converted a law book outlining both perspectives of a court case into a double-sided pinhole camera. I used this book camera to photograph spaces where the public's opinions differed, such as the installation of the chalice of Christchurch, or in Christchurch. So the image title is A Book of Disputes. And
okay, that's right.
What's happened? Mandy, can you just hold fire, please? I'm not sure what.
Did I blow it up? I'm sorry.
Yep.
I blew it up.
What have you done? I'm not sure what you've done. Hang on.
I entered something and then I changed my score. So it probably was coinciding with you hitting enter.
No. So the score you have entered next to the red cell is the score you have entered, correct?
That is correct, yes.
Just hold fire a minute. Why is that showing? Okay, we have a score of 79. And hang on, just go back a moment. Can I just? Okay, we are going to go to a review. Judges, can I get you all to rescore the image. So at 79, judges can either enter 79, keep it at bronze, or 80, move it to silver. So if we can do a rescore with this initial.
Is that in the review score column?
That is in the review score column, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no, I know what we need to do there. Actually, no, we don't. Okay, and we have a score of 80, a silver award.
Cool.
And can we have the next entry, please?
Did a comment, Kate?
Sorry.
Did a
Oh,
comment?
sorry, my apologies. A comment. Can I get a comment from Jackie? Would you like to comment?
I have a comment. Yeah, it's a really interesting idea that communicates well with the artist statement. And so I did back it up, but yes, the grammar could be better. The composition and final print are effective, and I think seeing this in that context would work very well.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Can we have the next entry, please? So the entry number is 0554. The image title is The Unknown World. Technique, phone post-production, structure beyond us, renewal, energy, environment.
Crap.
Oops.
That was a comment about my mistake judging, not about the entry.
Mandy, have you entered your score? You need to enter it.
I did. It's just doing something
Just
weird.
hold fire. Yep, hold fire. Just.
Can I put it in the chat?
No. We've got it. I've got it here. So just hold fire a minute.
Sure.
Does it come through to the? It isn't. I'm not quite sure what you're doing there, but all you need to do is enter the score and then press the enter. Okay, judges, we have a score of 75, a bronze award. And all pretty consistent. I'm going to call on Johan.
No, normally that works. It's just,
sorry, Mandy. Sorry, we're about to go into a comment. Johan, are you able to comment, please?
Yeah, a very intriguing presentation, a little bit confusing and almost a little bit soft, if I can use that to describe it. And I think if it had been a bit crisper, the elements would have come across stronger.
Awesome. Thank you for that feedback. I'm sure the photographer appreciates that. Can we have the next image, please? Or entry. Going to entry. So this is a book. We are entry number 0466. And the title of the book is Dances Indoors. And it was a COVID lockdown project. So if the judges can enter their scores. Perfect. And we have a score of 75, a bronze award. And we're all happy with that. I'm going to call on Jackie for a comment, please.
Yeah, it's a great idea for a book, but there were many images of the subjects in a very similar pose, and it created a bit of repetition. But otherwise, yeah, nicely presented and great putting a book out through that time.
Awesome, thank you very much. And we'll just work through the book until before we go on to the next entry. So we do want to thank our sponsor Memento for this sponsoring this category. They are great producers of beautiful albums and books. Can we have the next entry, please? This is entry number 2624. And the title of the book is called Jack. And the caption reads, "Every year I shoot a day in the life for Jack. This was the first year of school." This was his first year of school. So judges, you can enter your scores. Yep, all coming through good. And we have a score of 75, a bronze award. And again, all very consistent there. I'm going to call on Rachel for a comment, please.
Sure. I really enjoyed it. It was a really nice record of that year. I found the portrait to be quite consistent. Something to give as a... Sorry, I'm struggling with something for improvement here. I really enjoyed the kids' artwork and their writing and stuff like that as backgrounds as well. Yeah.
Awesome, thank you. And we will go to the next entry, please. And this is entry number 0620. And there is no caption or title. And we have a score of 71. Solid professional practice. And I'm going to call on Johan for a comment.
It's almost a frenetic image, and it's so busy that it sort of makes my brain go on fire almost. And sometimes that can be a good thing, but I think in this instance it wasn't. It was just too much to look at and hardly anything to hang on to. I would have liked to see more anchors.
Awesome. Thank you. Can we have the next entry, please? This is 1302. The title is Adversity 2020. This image is meant to express the feeling of adversity, of battling against a storm. 2020 has felt that way to many, myself included, and it's my intent to express that here. Mixed media, photographs ×2, charcoal. And we have a score of 73, a solid professional practice. And we are going to have a challenge from Rachel.
If I get better at this as the day goes on. I have scored this an 87. I found a really strong communication in this, and I really enjoyed the techniques used. I like the sort of torn edge around the circle there, and the elements of nature in there that we just can't control. I think that communicated really well with the caption that we were given, and the fact that the elements, she's walking quite strongly towards them. She's facing all of that adversity. So I found it really subtle but evocative as well.
Awesome. I'm going to come to Jackie for his comment. She's on 66.
Yes, and yeah, I didn't get that feeling of adversity against the storm. Unfortunately, I felt the light areas of texture of the top of the print were quite distracting, and I couldn't sort of feel the three-dimensionality or the roundness that is supposed to come from, I think, a round vignette like this, or not vignette, but a round circle. It's really it felt very cut off, and the image felt quite flat in tone. So listening now.
Okay. Johan, would you like to make a comment?
Sure. Oh, yep. I gave it a 78, and I'm happy for it to sit in a bronze. I would have gone higher, but I felt that the inconsistency of the grain structure across the whole image just a little disturbing rather than actually working for it.
Okay, thank you very much. Rachel, I'm going to come back to you for right of reply.
I think the inconsistency in the grain, Johan, is the charcoal. That's done by hand. It's not something that we can, that's been applied digitally in a uniform manner. So I think that's for me, that's where that's coming from. I do get what you're saying, Jackie, about the highlights and that overlay. They are quite strong and they do distract from that central figure, but it still gives me that feeling of sort of fighting through something, like if you're going through bracken or bush or something like that, and it's getting in your way. So again, that just adds to the captioning for me. I am on a silver distinction. I'm happy to push this into silver if we can. I do think that, what are we on at the moment? 73. I do think it's definitely worthy of an award.
Awesome, thank you, judges. I'm going to get you to rescore. And we have a score of 78, a solid bronze award. Congratulations and good talking there. And can we have the next entry, please? So this is entry number 2465. There is no title or caption. And we have a score of 82, silver awards.
I'd like to challenge.
And yeah, challenge away, Mandy. You're not alone up there.
Oh, good. I debated even putting this into gold. I just love the fact that you've got these natural subjects, but they've been taken into this digital world, and it feels almost like a picture of the spirit of these, and I'm blown away. This is definitely silver distinction. I've never seen anything like it, and that's what we're recording.
Sorry, I actually, there is a title to this. It was actually hidden. It's called Lungs.
The lungs of the earth, even better. My goodness. Definitely silver distinction. Just the creativity. I want to know who the artist is so I can find out how they did this. It's so cool.
I'm going to come to Jackie on 77.
Yeah. So yeah, Lungs of the Earth. Well, that's great. I found it really interesting artwork that it creates a lovely 3D feeling to it. And there's a breath and a sense of I guess, energy racing through here. Nicely balanced shapes within the frame, but I found the black tones a little bit too heavy. But I'm listening. Yeah, bit low on 77, perhaps.
Rachel, you would like to comment?
Yeah, I was on 77 too, and I had noticed the title, but I hadn't noticed the leaves. I hadn't connected that Lungs of the Earth to it, so that was actually really good to have that pointed out to me, Mandy. I really would have liked some sort of information in the caption as to what type of media this has been made with, just to give me a better idea of the construction or the final work. But yeah, I can come up.
Awesome. Johan, I'm going to get you to comment too. You're up there on 86.
I gave it an 86. There's almost a UV iridescence on this. There's the delicacy, the electrical feeling of the lines, the three-dimensionality. All these things are very strong visual elements, and they're just held together. And if you follow the image from left to right, the linear movement, it almost makes you take a breath as you do that. I think that photography is very successful. I'm in a very fortunate position where I can put my score up from 86.
Please do.
Awesome. Mandy, I'm going to come back to you for right of reply.
Yes, I'm stuck at 87 and I'm gutted. I would love to go higher. The more I look at this, the more I fall in love with it. I want it for my own wall. There's also an element of topographical maps to this. It is stunning, and I've never seen anything like it. And that's what we're rewarding, is originality. And that's definitely up in the silver distinction range. I would go gold if I had the option now, the more I see it. All right, let's rejudge this at least silver distinction, my dears.
Okay, judges, can I get you all to rescore, please? And we have a silver with distinction on 88.
Woo!
So well done, good conversation there. And I'm sure that photographer is going to be absolutely over the moon. I'm going to do a little judge swap. Mandy, you can take a breather, and Richard, I'm going to bring you back in, please. And we will have the next entry, please. So this is entry number 0893. The image title is The Icon. Photo on a wooden board with tiered edges covered with encaustic wax to bring depth to the image. Encaustic hot beeswax on print. Placed on rusted, aged, handcrafted wooden box, polished with wax. Wooden box is a representation of our thoughts. Dry flowers are symbol of aging acceptance. And we have a score of 83, solid silver award. And I'm going to ask Jackie for a comment, please.
As I finished artwork, it feels complete. I scored at 83. I think the copy of the artwork is a little bit underexposed, so I've allowed a little bit for that. Could have had a bit bigger depth of field so that the whole artwork was sharp. So, but I'm judging the idea as well. Well done.
Awesome, thank you very much. Can we have the next entry, please? This is entry number 2665. And it is a book. And the title of the book is called Shannon's A to Z. Handcrafted A to Z picture book. Just waiting on your score, Rachel, to come through.
Right.
And we have a score of 70, solid professional practice. And I'm going to call on Jackie again for a comment.
Yes, it's an alphabet book, which is a really nice idea and a great memory. but as a learning book, perhaps it's a little confusing as I'm seeing Nan and the snake as an N, and I thought it should have been an S perhaps. But it is about people and relationships, and many of the photographs appear to be copies of prints or copies of artwork and not actually experiences of family, and that's where it sort of let me down.
And thank you, good comments there. Can we have the next entry, please, when this is finished? And this is entry number 0624. And there is no title. Again, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Memento, for supporting this wonderful new category. And we have a bronze award at 76. And I'm going to call on Johan for a comment, please.
Quite a lovely balanced image. I did feel the edges were too tight on the central theme, and so I felt if there was a bit more space around the edges or liveliness, that it would have been scoring a little bit higher.
Thank you. And we'll have the next entry, please. This is entry number 2441. 2441. The image title is Window Frame Mounted Bump Silhouettes. An experimental effort using prints mounted with Mod Podge into glass in a recycled window frame. The idea was to get some backlighting effect to enhance the silhouettes. The entered image of the frame has been cleaned up slightly, but still shows some of the imperfections of the physical artwork. And we have a score of 72. Solid professional practice. And Richard, would you have a comment for the photographer, please?
Yeah, sure. Just one thing that was a little bit confusing for me was the narrative. I was struggling to see any sort of flow where the story was going. There didn't seem to be much of a sense of order, so I did struggle with that.
Awesome, thank you. Communication is very key when it comes to photography. Can we have the next entry, please? Entry number 0898. The title reads The Wound. The caption reads Thread sewn into a print. Emotions, feeling vulnerable, unable to process emotions. And we have a score of 77, a bronze award. And we will have a comment from Johan, please.
Can I get somebody else to comment on this one?
Yeah, Jackie, would you, if you've got a comment you can make?
I was a little bit unsure about how the work would be hung, because it seems to be, you know, it's sitting here flat being photographed, and so those red strings would hang straight, I would thought. And I was, yeah, so that was, unless I was, yeah, so that was a little bit of difficulty I had.
Awesome, thank you. And can we have the next entry, please? Entry number 2702. This is a book, and the title is Growing Up in New Zealand, and it is a handcrafted book. Bless you, Richard.
Sorry.
That's right.
So the judges behind the scenes are all looking at the files that came with the entry. And we have a score of 70, solid professional practice. And can I get a comment from Rachel, please?
Yeah, really nice use of colour and storytelling in this. I see it as a record of growing up. It's vibrant, it's fun. It doesn't have a lot of things that a published book would have, like the page numbers and stuff like that. But I still really enjoyed it, and it's obviously had an awful lot of work put into it. So it's really, really beautiful.
Awesome, thank you very much. Can we have the next entry, please? And this is entry number 2467. And there is no title or caption. And we have a score of 81. And we have a challenge from 2 people, but Rachel actually got there first. You are both on the same score.
Okay. So I find this really enjoyable. It's been ages with it. It's got so many different levels to it, but it's also really, really beautifully executed. Great concept and quite unique. I haven't really seen anything like this before. I don't know if it's lightning or if it's brainwaves or what it is. I would love a caption or title to give me just a little bit more context, but I see contemplation down in the bottom portion of the image, and yeah, just such a really delightful, vibrant image. And I'm on 88, so I'd like to see it in silver distinction, please.
Awesome, Jackie. I'm going to come to you on 73.
Yeah. So it's an interesting idea, but I felt the technique was overpowering the subject, and also the blacks are overpowering. If I could understand what substrate it was printed on and the technique that was used, a little bit more about that you'd sort of expect with a 2 or 3 dimensional artwork. Is it 2-dimensional or 3-dimensional? You know, that's where it was letting me down. You know, it's a face, but maybe if it could have become a bit more of something else, a landscape. That's where I was sort of stuck down there a little bit more, but I'm listening.
Okay, and we will come to Johan for a comment. You're actually up there with Rachel.
Yes, good. You've actually nailed it there, Jackie. It's faces, it's landscapes, it's 3-dimensional, it's deep, it's black, it's colourful, it's energetic. It's all of those things, all encapsulated in a single image. How clever! That's what I'm rewarding this image for. I love the dimensionality that it presents to us. Yeah, I gave it an 88 and I'm very happy for it to be there. Okay,
Rachel, right of reply, please.
Yeah, I enjoy the blacks as well. I mean, this could be, it could be a piece of digital art, it could be photographic, it could be literal painting with light. But the brainwaves, the lightning, the intensity of colour, and the way that we're invited to interpret it in so many different manners makes it well worthy of silver distinction for me.
Awesome. Judges, can I get you to rescore, please? And we have a score of 83, solid silver. It's gone up a couple of points, so every point matters. And can we have the next entry, please? So this is entry number 0899. And the title is Souls. Photo placed into rustic aged wood. print treated with an encaustic wax technique. Don't be ashamed to weep, 'tis right to grieve. A wounded heart will heal in time, and when it does, the memory and love of our lost ones is sealed inside to comfort us. Be Jarks. So that is a quote. You got your score. Oh, yep, it's come through. And we have a score of 80. Silver Award. And I'm going to call on Jackie for a comment, please.
There's a lovely relationship between the photo and the substrate here. The good use of wax, that wax technique to bring it all together as one. The colours, perhaps, to bring it up a bit higher, the colours look a little bit greenish in the photograph we're seeing here. But that's all. Yeah.
Awesome, thank you. Can we have the next entry, please? This is entry number 2615. And the image title is A Complicated Simplicity. My intention is to lead the reader on a visual journey through contemporary Japanese aesthetics, rural and urban, traditional and modern, elegant and gaudy, prudent and lavish, tasteful and crass. So this is a book. My apologies, judges. I didn't realise this was a book. And we have a score of 80, the Silver Award. And if Johan is going to challenge, yep, you can challenge Johan.
Well, I was sorry, I was just enjoying the imagery. Hey, I gave it an 87. I think we can bring it up a little bit at least. I found this book intriguing. I've never been to this country, and I got an ironic view of the quirky aspects of how this country exists. I feel that the photographer has presented us with quite a mismatch of imagery. It's all over the place, but that's, I think, what is in the title, A Complicated Simplicity. I feel the images are, sometimes the horizons aren't straight and sometimes the colors don't match, but again, it's complicated. And I don't apologize for that. I think that's actually one of the aspects of the viewpoint. I think the photographer has given us perhaps a more chaotic viewpoint for something quite simple. So I've rewarded it with the silver with distinction for the irony and for the narrative.
Thank you. Can I get a comment, please, from Richard? You're on 73.
Yeah, look, I gave this a professional standard in terms of the book.
Sorry, Richard, I'm going to get you turn your video off again. I think it might help.
Sure. Do you need me to start from the beginning?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Look, I saw it as a good professional standard in terms of a publication. I'm struggling with a lot. She held me back. I know that, I understand A Complicated Simplicity is the title, but I found, while there were some interesting objects in there were sometimes photos of people as well, and I felt a lot of it lacked connection for me. I wanted to see a bit of, something with these people's faces were never engaged with the camera. There was
Sorry.
and also those tilted images that that appear occasionally. Sorry,
Richard, you keep cutting out, so I'm going to go to Jackie. Are you happy to provide some comment? Thank you.
Because I'm a little bit with Richard, and that gives Johannes, you can have a little chat about that. But the pano crops were also compromising many of the images, and it doesn't. I think you were so caught up with the title of the book, but the title and the resulting images doesn't necessarily make a great book. The last thing was, there's not really an understanding of the flow. The juxtaposition of opposing pages wasn't working. It was a complicated simplicity, yes, but no. Was what I wrote down.
Awesome, thank you. Rachel, you have a comment?
Yeah, I'm on silver at 82, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was I really liked the layout. I liked the way that the page numbers and the descriptor and everything like that was put out. I did struggle a little bit with the inconsistency in the imagery, but I also think that in the caption talking about contemporary life, I think that the imagery is actually really well aligned with the current photographic contemporary art scene, and so I could be convinced to come up, Johan.
Thank you, Jan. I'm going to take it back to you for a right of reply.
Cool. Just 1 second. Good. Okay, so I understand what you're saying, Jackie, and probably Richard, because I heard half of that. That there's a chaos in there that you don't like, and that there's inconsistencies that bother you a lot. But for me, those were the things that made this interesting and exciting, and that if this had flowed with a pattern or a form that was repeated from page to page, I would have been very disappointed, because it would have been almost like a single perspective. So I like the complication of those variations. I wasn't so excited that I'd take it into a gold with distinction. It was a silver with distinction, just for the exploration and the presentation of that exploration of a society. The panoramic crops, they were, well, I didn't find them a problem, but that's an individual taste thing again. And I didn't mean to sort of fan you off like that, Jackie, sorry. But I enjoyed the book for its strong visual entertainment. I gave it a silver at 87.
Thank you very much, judges. Can we all rescore, please? And we have a score of 84, solid silver award. Congratulations to the photographer. Can we have the next entry, please? So this is entry number 2129. The caption reads, cameraless photography captured using darkroom materials to produce the negative, digitized to produce the positive image. And we have a score of 75, bronze award. And we are okay with that. So I am going to call on Johan for a quick comment, please, for the photographer.
Okay, I really enjoyed the colours that were rendered for this image, for the series. I did find the third image a little bit inconsistent, with the other ones being singular florets, the third one having 2 to 3. It just didn't quite fit in with the singularity of the rest of the image.
Thank you. And we will have the next entry, please. And this is number 2720. It is a book. The title is 52. Sue was dying of cancer. I photographed their home and garden that they were leaving. I photographed and restored their old photographs of the build and photographed her surprise birthday party. The resulting book was her Christmas present, along with copies for each of their children and grandchildren.
Can I change my score?
Yep. Johan, just waiting on your score to come through.
Oh, sorry. There you go.
And we have a score of 72. Oh, pretty consistent there. Solid professional standard. Can I get a comment, please, from Rich? Or are you happy to comment on this?
Yeah, it'd probably be better if someone else did, because I don't really can't give a lot of feedback on portraiture.
Jackie.
Okay. Yeah, there's a couple of strange things on earlier pages with type over the top of images. That was a little bit confusing. It became a bit of a scrapbook of memories and not really flowing together so much as a pictorial book that strikes the heart. And the inside page has got the type back to front. I'm not sure if that's
Jackie, can I explain that?
Yeah.
So that's a translucent. So that
Uh-huh.
page, you just in the back of the translucent.
Oh, that's good. Oh, thanks for that, Johan. But you know what? It's a huge effort putting images together like this and to keep them in order and you know, well done for all that. So let's keep it up. You know?
Thank you, Jackie. Are we going to have a judge change? Mandy, can I bring you back in? Jackie, I'm going to let you have a little break. And we have the next image, please. This is entry number 1025. The image title reads Silence. Print applied on a polished bark, finished with a print burning process and encaustic wax application. Broken pieces, faded words, thoughts. So the supplementary files submitted for the judges to view shows the three-dimensional aspect of the entry. And as with all categories, judges can challenge a score when they are 5 or more points away from the announced score. And we have a score of 84, silver award, very solid silver award. I'm going to call.
Away.
No,
Okay.
we do have a couple of judges a little higher, but unfortunately not far enough away to challenge.
I can challenge.
No. Are you wanting to, Johan?
It's probably not the opportunity to speak.
Oh, cool.
It's probably not necessarily the right approach to take.
No, that's fine.
Right. In saying that, you do have the right to challenge if you wish.
Okay. I gave this a 78.
Mandy, please.
Sorry?
Sorry, just asking Mandy to keep quiet. Let me control the panel.
Sorry, I gave this a 78. I really did enjoy it. I felt let down a little bit by the reproduction of the image, given that. So but I'm very happy to listen to the people who thought it should be higher, and I'm very open. I'm very open. Okay, Mandy?
Thank you, judges. Can I, Mandy, I will go to you.
Thank you. Right. Johan, just going to the rough production onto the wood of the image. That's the whole point. This is a piece that blends the subject into the wood. If it had been a real crisp picture on the front of it, it would have lost the artistry of where she was going with it. It's as much about that piece of wood as it is about the image, and it's the blending of the two. And she's taken this form of wood and has really he has considered how this image can work with it, and it has just been handled in a way that I haven't seen before. And there's so much thought, so much love, so much emotion that you can see, and it's a piece that would easily hang in a gallery. And I think that we're being a bit mean just giving it a silver. This is a silver distinction by all means. Anybody else up there with me?
Can't hear you, Kay.
Rachel, I'm going to come to you. Have you got a comment to make?
Yeah, for
I
sure. So, I'm sitting on 82, so in the middle there. I guess in the copy that I'm seeing, the strongest part of the image is the lace. The face, I feel like, should be more the subject, with the message that's trying to be sent here. I understand that there's text on there because of what was written in the caption, but I can't read what that text is, so it's not really adding anything for me. The technique and the originality, I agree with Mandy, it's definitely there, and it's really beautifully done, but it's just that bit of lace right in the middle there that is pulling my eye away from that beautiful face and the message that she's trying to communicate.
Awesome, thank you. I'm going to come to Richard for a comment, please. He's on 87 with Mandy.
I'll just turn my video off so you can
Yeah,
hear
thanks.
me. Hey, yeah, like I'm at 87. It's silver distinction. I can see what you're saying. First of all, Rachel, I can see what you're saying in terms of the lace. However, that's where my eyes start, and my eyes actually travel up to the top of this because of that adjustment of shape in the wood. So my eyes do go up and finish with that beautiful face. For me, it gives the impression of it's like a broken fragment of time. And that's why I enjoy the fact that, you know, that image is rough and it is very soft on that piece of wood, and that organic sort of, it makes me think fragment of a grave cross. You know, it's like this old broken piece of wood, and it takes me back in time. So I'm quite happy with that 87, and there's so much narrative in this for me, and the whole story has been incorporated with that shape and that chosen piece of material. I think it works quite well.
Johan, you do have the right of reply.
And that's a good thing. The reason why I wanted to challenge this image is because I feel it really did need talking about, and that I would benefit from hearing what other people are seeing and feeling. With regard to the lace in the center that draws your eye immediately, the second thing you then look at is the other piece of lace under the chin, and then you go up into the face and you feel sad, and then you come back down again, which is that whole sensation of sadness. So I think that the treatment is appropriate. I feel that the sadness is wonderful. And I don't know if sadness can be wonderful, but it's been wonderfully represented. The tonality is rich without being vibrant. I feel that the lack of control has created control, like the dripping and all that sort of thing. So I think it's been done particularly well. Richard, I'm up with you now.
Thank you, judges. Can I get you all to rescore? And we have a score of 88, silver with distinction. So congratulations to the photographer. Good discussion, good challenge there. Can we please have the next entry?
Is there a caption with this, Kay?
The title of this is called Tea Trees. There is no caption. And we have a score of 83, silver award. However, we do have a challenge from Rachel, who is actually sitting on 91.
Yeah, I gave this a gold, and I was pretty scared about it because I thought I'd probably end up in this situation, but I think it's worth it. It's the silhouettes are delicate. You can see detail in them. The idea of the layers and the complexity, it's showing that there's all this background, and yet individuals can stand tall, and there's strength and individuality there amongst it all. And I really enjoy it. This would be an art piece that could hang on my wall very easily.
Okay, I'm going to come to Mandy, who is on 74.
I hate that part. For me, the thing that held me back on this is I didn't find the originality in it. I've seen pieces like this before, and there was nothing that was pushing it into a gold standard, because that would require originality in something that is beyond. So yeah.
Awesome. I'm going to come to Richard, who is actually on 87, so very close to Rachel.
Yeah, Mandy, you're trying to ruin it for me. There's so much detail, but so much softness, and I hadn't seen the idea done before, and I thought it was extremely innovative. I just love the layering and that perception of depth. It takes me back to when I was at graphic design at university. We used to layer stuff up and put it through a photocopier before we were allowed to use computers. And I just thought it was a really innovative way, and with such a beautiful effect. So yeah, 87 for me.
And I'm going to come to Rachel for right of reply, please.
Awesome, thanks. I, like Richard, I haven't seen this before. I did think it was quite unique and individual. I love the subtleties. It could be layer upon layers of something. It could. I would love to know more about how it's actually produced. But just that strength and standing tall, and the communication for me is working really, really well. Yeah, so I'd love to see it come up. What's it sitting on at the moment?
It's currently sitting on 83.
I'd love to see it come into gold, but if not, then silver distinction, please.
Awesome. Thank you, judges. Can I get you all to rescore? And we have a silver with distinction at 86. Congratulations, good commentary, good discussion. Thank you very much. Can we have the next entry, please? And we have entry number 2181. The image caption reads, mixed media, photo, wax, and ink on canvas. So this is the expressive category. This is the first time we have judged this category. And with any luck, we will be able to view entries next year via an on-site judging. And we have a score of 79. And we're happy with that. We are going to go for a review. So can I get judges
Can I challenge it then?
You can challenge it. Yes, you may,
Yep.
Johan.
Sorry, didn't have my thinking hat on. I'll challenge it quickly. Unfortunately, we don't have the privilege of seeing this thing in the real life. I think the photographer has created the ability for us to almost see what's happening in there with the overlay of the wax. I feel the image is strong. It's interesting. There's a curiosity in it, and then the surface effect has added other elements. I would have gone higher. I gave it an 84. I would have gone higher, but I did feel there was a discordance between the texture and the wax and the texture and the subject, but I didn't really want it to match. So I didn't make that a problem. Anyway, so I've given it an 84. It's a very interesting, creative, artistic image. We just need another point to make it into a silver. So see what we can do.
Judges, can I get you to rescore, please? So what? Oh, sorry, this is a review score. So go to your review column.
Okay, I thought this was a challenge.
Oh, sorry. Oh, my apologies. I'm getting all confused myself here. Can I go back to? I'm going to come to Rachel for a comment, please. You're on 73.
Yep, 73. So Johan, I think that this is it's a really good consistent use of this technique. For me, I'm not getting a lot of story or communication with what's being presented here. So if you can help me with that, then I can revisit my score. But at the moment, I'm just getting good use of technique, and that's about it.
Awesome, Richard. I'm going to come to you for a comment, please. You're on 81.
Yeah, I'm up there with Johan on silver, and I think it definitely needs to come through to silver. The narrative for me, it doesn't need to be extremely obvious, Rachel. For me, it's about, I think the photographer has produced to us this feeling of stone, and it's this whole image is like being there. It's that texture on the whole thing. It's about that texture and that almost that feel, and it's not only just a rough texture, but there's smooth spots in there, and I can feel it with my hands just by looking at this image. Yeah, it's a feeling for me and a mood, and I think it's been delivered through. The separation and the texture, as Johan said, was just a little bit of an issue, and that's why I haven't gone much higher. But yeah, silver, definitely. We've got to bring it to silver. Can't be in bronze.
Thank you, Richard. Can I go back to Johan for right of reply, please?
Well, there's just a very strong sense of balance here, and a weighting towards the bottom that just gives it a very solid feeling, sort of solid like a silver. Thank you.
Awesome. Judges, can I get you to all rescore, please?
Rescore or review?
Rescore. It was a challenge.
Okay.
It was a challenge, right. So rescore, please.
Okay. I accidentally put it in the column just above, so I'm not sure if that's going to cause a problem for the scoring above. I've moved it down, but that possibly was my score then as well, but I just can't recall.
So can you recall the initial score you entered in for this entry? It was 70. Yep. It was 76, correct?
76. So it's now 82.
Okay, and so it was in the score above that you have entered the score for this one, and you're not sure what your previous one was. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm trying to say. Yes. Okay. My apologies.
Okay, can we make a note of that number, and we will go back to have a look at that later on.
Control Z and see if it takes up.
Oh,
Mandy,
maybe I
Mandy,
can.
Mandy, just
Yep.
yeah, just do Control Z and just see what happens.
Yeah.
No, no.
Oh no, I think
no.
I had it at 82 anyway. So
Okay, so yep. So
we're
if you can re-enter those same
yeah. Okay.
into 82 in the cell you're in, and
Yeah.
then go back to your initial score for
Yeah.
this image,
Yes.
and also put in the 76.
Okay, I think we're good.
Awesome, thank you very
Okay.
much. And we have a score of 83, a solid silver award. So again, some good discussion there, and this entry has moved up a little. Can we have the next entry, please?
It moved up to silver.
It
More than I
did.
love.
So can we please have entry number 2820? This image has a title, My Greatest Creations. The caption reads, a play on my girls being my greatest creations, using photos, the wearable arts and body art awards that I have entered over the last few years with them as my models. And this is a book. So this is entry number 2820, judges. And we're just one more score come through.
Oh, sorry, Tony.
And we have a score of 72, solid professional standard. And I'm going to call on Johan for a comment, please.
I like the final outcome of the single coloured image, but I did feel that the photographic elements weren't quite as strong as they could be.
Thank you very much. Can we have the next entry, please? And this is entry number 1306. The title reads Flow, and the caption reads, this piece is meant to convey the feeling of flow, when you stop trying to control everything and let go. Let life take you where it may, through the bright times and the dark ones alike. Mixed media, pencil on printed photograph. You're doing well, judges. It's probably quite the most challenging category we've got this year. And we have a score of 75, a bronze award. And I'm going to get a comment from Richard.
Yeah, that definitely gives the sense of flow. And I mean, I don't know what it is. It could be landscape, could be aerial. Definitely getting the narrative that's been explained in the title. Just a issue with the darkest spots might, the attention needs to be made there as they are a bit of a distraction.
Awesome, thank you. Good comments for the photographer. Can we have the next entry, please? And this is entry number 1028. The title reads Mystery, and the caption reads, an image placed on a wooden board and treated with encaustic wax.
Is the red square in the right place?
Thank you.
So,
Just slapping my panelist chair assistant here on the wrist there.
she probably needs a coffee. I do.
Quite possibly. You'll be able to have one shortly. Okay, we have a score of 79. And we have a challenge from Rachel, who is on 88.
Yeah, I am. I think this is really beautifully titled because there is a lot of mystery here, but I'm also really enjoying the use of technique and the subtlety of the imagery. the definition and the way that the black has been used in the bottom right hand side to give that feeling of the cheek. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's feminine, it's peaceful, it's powerful, and the encaustic technique that has been applied to it really adds to that for me.
So I'm going to come to Richard, who was on 73.
I was hoping you wouldn't.
Sorry, Richard.
Look, right now, I am struggling. The title mystery is summing it up for me at the moment, because to me it is a mystery. I'm seeing a piece of a face. I can appreciate that it's a innovative sort of way of treating photography and creating a 3D form, but I'm not getting much from it, and I'm wanting to hear more about that to help me out.
Awesome. Okay, we will go back to you for right of reply, Rachel.
Okay, you sort of said it there anyway, Richard, a piece of a face, and for me it is the piece from that face that's really, really working. We're sitting on
79.
79, and I think that I'm sitting on silver distinction, but I think this is easily a silver, so if nothing else, then just push it into that for me, but I'm really enjoying it.
Thank you, Rachel. And we'll rescore, please, judges. And we have a solid silver at 83. Congratulations to the photographer. Well done. Can we have the next entry, please? So this is entry number 2468. That sounds rhyming, 2468. And we have no title or caption, just reading very carefully. No title or caption. So the judges are viewing. The reason I'm reading out the entry number is the judges are referencing the files to that entry number that they have on hand to look at. We have a score of 84, and we are having a direct challenge from Johan.
Ooh,
What have you scored it, Johan?
I gave it a 93. This image has a heart of gold. It's, for me, this is great. This is amazing. It's got this strong sense of pulse, which sort of makes me think of hearts and things. But it's just such a strong graphic. We don't need to know why or how they did it or what it is or where it is. We just need to enjoy it for its beauty. It's very powerful. It's got this deep, dark chasm and then this really bright, almost electrified pulse that goes through the right-hand third, all around a very warm heart. I've given it a 93. Yeah. What's not to like?
Thank you. I'm going to come to Richard, who is on 78.
Yeah, that's 78, solid bronze. And I definitely appreciate that well, I see that beating heart as well amongst the kind of a galactic type vortex. And it does have a beautiful 3D type quality, which is why I set it there in that that strong bronze. To come up into those silvers, I needed a little bit more, but keep talking.
Right, Rachel, have you got any comments to make on this?
I scored at 83, so I'm sort of middle of the road. I did find it really evocative. I sort of, I didn't get the heart quite so much, Johan's. I thought it was more like a time warp or the bending of time with that fluidity there. The white line or seam that runs up it, I found really pulled my eye away from the rest of the forms, but I'm probably an easy talk up.
Okay, Mandy, comment please from you.
I just love how we're all reading so many different things into this. The time warp thing, for me, this is almost a study of energy and what lies beyond what we can see. And for that, I'm coming with you, Johan. I'll go gold as well.
Awesome. Johan, take it away. Write a reply.
Okay, I've got a big white piece of paper and I've written in very large letters across it the word balance. This image is incredibly balanced. The depth of the dark and the bright of the white, all surrounding this wonderful warm center. Gosh, it could have been a chocolate, it's so good. It's electrifying, it's everything I said before, plus more. That beautiful golden heart, that's the one I want you to concentrate on. That's the color. I gave it a 93. Think gold.
Thank you, Johan. Can I get all judges to rescore, please? I think you guys must be suffering from lack of coffee or lack of food or... Johan, have you got your score in? Yep, perfect. We have a gold award at 90. Congratulations. Fantastic effort there, and congratulations to the photographer. Okay, settle down, breathe, deep breath. Can we have the next entry, please? So this is entry number 2188, and the caption reads, mixed media, photo, wax, and ink on board. And we have a score of 80, silver award. You're happy? We will go to a comment from Mandy. If you've got a comment, please.
Yes, I absolutely adore this. I scored an 84. Unfortunately, too short to discuss it properly. I love the ethereal feel of this. The only thing that kept me from going for gold with it was just the trendication of the dancer's arms when you see it stepping back. But it is absolutely, oh, it's just such a yummy piece. Congratulations.
I can't see a dancer. Am I missing something?
Oh, am I on a different image? Oh, Jesus. Crikey, Dick. I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong image. Can we rejudge, please?
Kay, I can't hear you.
Can I get you to,
so
Mandy,
sorry.
can I get you to re-enter your...
My screen slipped. Yeah.
Can I, okay, stop. Can I get you to re-enter your score based on the correct entry, please?
Thank you. That I can do.
Okay, so let me just check first, make sure.
It's a landscape, cloud, beautiful inking.
Yeah. Okay,
Yes.
can I please?
So
okay,
sorry.
we have a score of 79 for that image that you are currently looking at, which is 2188. We have a score of 79. If there is no challenge, we will go through to a review. So please move to your review column. And you are now to enter either 79 to keep it at bronze or 80 to move it into the silver range. And we have a score of 80 Silver Award. Thank you, judges. Can we have the next entry, please? So this entry is number 1034. The title is Dancer. And the caption reads, encaustic wax photo technique with a combination of combining cloth, fabric, and print in one. Technique helps to create three-dimension and movement of texture. Can I get you to all rescore, into your scores, please? And we have a gold award at 92. Congratulations. Well done, judges. Oh, Mandy, what have you, sorry, have you just,
Sorry,
you've just,
my apologies. I'm not winning today.
so scores. Okay, Mandy, you need to take your score out of the cell that you've got it in.
Okay.
Hang on, stop, hang on. I will enter it for you.
Thank you.
And let me just go back to and we have, okay, so we have a score of 92, gold award. And we are all happy with that. Oh, Johan, you can challenge. Oh, we have two challenges.
Oh, go the other challenge.
I'm going to go to Richard because he is the highest scoring in that range. So Richard, you are able to challenge. So a challenge occurs where a judge is 5 or more points away from the announced score, or they may challenge at any time if they are in the gold range. So Richard, if you can take your challenge away.
Okay, yeah, I'm challenging it because I'm in the gold distinction at 95. Look, there's such a beautiful texture, which, you know, it appears so organic, yet it's got this beautiful, smooth softness like appearance, and it's very skin-like. And I could go on forever about this image. I look at the way that dancer is shaped, and we come down through her body, and we're taken to the right side of that dress, and it comes down through that right angle at the bottom, and then this piece of organic texture that looks like skin does exactly the same thing, and it's reflecting what this dancer is doing. It's just so smooth and skin-like, and the tones are so skin-like, yet so there's, it reminds me of a heart, I guess, and that's those sort of soft, they are soft blood tones coming through. I'm not going to rantle on forever about this because we can't, but just it's so exquisite, and it's just blowing my mind.
Okay, thank you, Mandy. I'm going to come to you. You're on 86. You are the lowest, but
I think I just got befuddled from the last the last moment. But no, Richard, I'm right there with you. I see it all, and I love this image.
Johan, we're going to come to everyone. Everyone put their hands up. They do want to speak. So Johan, you can take it away.
I believe I believe it needs to be in the gold distinction. There's no question of that. I think the shame of having to judge this without actually feeling and seeing the three-dimensionality of it is the shame that it is. But the photographer has allowed us to get a very, very good impression of that. And I think the handling of the waxing and the fragility and all those other things that Richard mentioned, it's just outstanding. How beautiful, how beautiful and delicate and dancerly. This is a very high gold distinction.
Rachel, coming to you. You wanting to comment?
Yeah, absolutely. I taught at 94, and I'm an easy convert to gold distinction, because I think I'm just was a little bit timid about scoring into that range. I'm really enjoying the way that the tones, the palette in the dress and the flow of that is mirrored through into the subtlety of tones that's in the fabric as well. It's not an easy medium to work with when you're using wax with cloth like that, and the delicacy and the strength and the communication that's coming through is just beautiful. So I'll happily see it as gold distinction, Richard.
Richard, back to you, right of reply.
Yeah, I don't think I need to say anything. You all seem very convinced, so let's take it away.
Awesome. Judges, can I? Oh, yep.
Sorry, I can't shift my score, can I? I'm stuck.
No, your score is locked, but all the judges have the right
Okay.
opportunity to shift their scores.
Okay.
Sorry,
So, Han, you have a question.
Yes. What is the scoring range for distinction?
95 through to 100.
Good. Thank you.
And we have a score of 98, gold with distinction. Congratulations. Amazing effort and very, very good discussion. I'm sure that photographer is going to be jumping up and down. Can we have the next entry, please? And this is entry number 1304. The title is called An Uphill Climb. The past few years have been an uphill climb for me, with major personal challenges alongside the uphill climb of building a business. This image is meant to symbolize that climb. Mixed media, pencil on printed photograph. Mandy, have you put your score in, have you?
I have. It's done that funny thing again, Kay.
Okay, just one moment. I think I'll get this right. Okay, we have a score of 75 bronze award. And I'm going to get a comment from Johan.
Right. I find this image quite restful, sort of probably more restful than the title suggests. And the circular frame, again, sort of doesn't actually work with the title. So I feel in this instance, the title didn't work for the image. But I really enjoy the elements and the flow and the form.
Awesome, thank you very much, and great feedback to the photographer. And that, my friends, is the last entry in the category. So well done to all you judges. It was a bit of a rocky start, but some absolutely stunning images in there, and you guys have done all incredibly well. We do want to say a huge thank you to our sponsor, Memento. Go check them out. We've had some books in this category, so if you're into producing books, cards, albums, wedding albums, portraits, self-publishing, please go and check their website out. They offer huge support to us at NZIPP and the Iris Awards, so it's really important that for our sponsors, we support them in return. Huge thank you to Michael, who's in Palmerston North running the live stream and Zoom session, the team in Christchurch, Shah and Paul, get my names right, and Harry up in Auckland, who is feeling very, very lost being on his own up there too, and not being able to be with us all, with Auckland being in lockdown still. And to the team here, I've got Jan-Marie Vidanovic and Tracy Scott here supporting us here in Rotorua. So well done to everyone. We're just going to do one more run through of the promo from Memento Pro, and then we'll do a run through of all of the entries again. And judges, if you want to just hang fire until that That's all been sorted. Thank you very much, and we'll see you back here at 2 o'clock for the landscape open category.